Okay, John, let me check that audio to be sure it's working fine. So apparently I'm getting some pulsing audio. So let me just look into that and fix it. Let me check that audio to be sure it's working fine. Ah, testing check. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay, that should sound better now. Let me just check that. Okay, audio is back on track. All right, guys. Tu, 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 tu. Okay, welcome to another episode of Smooth Dev Saturday. Yeah, and I hope we've been having some very fun time. Don't mind me wearing a shirt today. I just, felt like, I haven't really felt official in a long while, so I decided to put this on. So if you got questions, you can put them in the chat window. Let me just. All right. So I'll be answering the chats from over here. Um. So. Okay, just a moment. So if you haven't followed or subscribed or done anything nice to be sure you get notifications when I go live, now is the time to do them. The links are up there. And over the last couple of, say, 9 weeks, I've been podcasting. I'm pretty new to this, but it's been interesting. So the link to that is to join my podcast, anchor.fm/slash thisdevlife. And you can listen on any of your favorite podcast platforms: Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Pocket Cast, which other channel is there? But of course, when you get to the website, you'll be able to find more. So you should subscribe and follow through the podcast. I will definitely be seeing that. So I see got a total of 3 viewers. Thank you for joining, everyone. Um, Let me see. Just a moment. Let me see if I can actually put the live viewer count somewhere up there. So just give me a few seconds while I try to add that in. So today we'll be talking on where is that? Aha, viewer count. Got it. So just a moment. It should be coming right about now. Okay, just a little bit of configurations here and there, and I'll be done with that. Okay, so thank you once again for joining. I must say, I don't deserve the honor I get, but I get it anyway. So this is where, okay, so I got that right there. So you see the live viewer count somewhere, yeah, somewhere there. So let me actually lock that so I don't get to move it around. Okay, so let's get into what we got to do for today. So last week we talked about Azure DevOps. Just a moment. Okay, so you should be able to see the live viewer account pop up right there. So um, we talked about Azure DevOps and we did a simple build pipeline for a simple ASP.NET Core application. There was nothing going on, and I showed us how when we make these changes, it goes to the live server in a couple of seconds, and then we don't have to worry. All we have to worry about now is pushing our code to the source control repository. In this case, we use GitHub, and then see that what's it called see that code being pushed to the live server. And so we'll continue from there today. And then so let me just go ahead and share my screen. So this is where we stopped last week. You can see our build succeeded. So what I want to do this week is do something a little bit advanced. As you know, last week we used the GUI, where I used the user interface, the classic editor in Azure DevOps to configure our release, and you can see that right there. So what I will do actually is that I will delete this. Yeah, I can do that. I can delete this release pipeline. I'll delete this, and then I will use the YAML spec because that is where the world is going now. So I'll go back to my pipelines. And actually, what I'll also do is I will delete the existing build pipeline I created, or I can leave it at that. But what I will do is I will pause this pipeline. We can do that in Azure DevOps, so you can pause the pipeline. Maybe you're making massive changes and you don't want any build to start getting triggered. So I'll just go ahead and click uh, right over here and pause this pipeline. So any new code I push will not get to the live server from here. So let me try and see. I hope everyone can hear me all right. If you can't, please let me know. But let me try and see if I can crank the volume up a little bit. Um, I thought I would get my audio setting right because I sort of got it right few few days ago, and then I tried it again today. Started pausing. But yeah, this is what it's gonna look like. Okay, no questions so far. We got 5 viewers. Let me actually see what I can do again. Just a moment. So I'm trying to also debug again live in production. Don't mind me. I'm that crazy. Okay, so let me also add that view again somewhere up here. that is too. This might look a little bit like it. Let me push that live. All right, but let me make sure it hasn't tampered with any other setting. Okay, that looks fine. So let me get off studio mode now. All right, so okay, not loud enough. Is it better now? How about now? Is it better now? Oh, Banji, is it better now? Oh, awesome. If it starts doing some kind of cringes, please let me know. I will try to fix that. Because actually, right now, I cannot hear what I'm outputting because I didn't put any monitor on it. But you are my feedback mechanism. Okay, so I've paused the pipeline now, and what I will do is let's see, what should I do? Okay, so let me go back to my pipelines definitions, and then I will start creating a new pipeline. So I'll click on that. Remember, I have my source code in GitHub. So what I will do is I will connect to GitHub again. So what I should actually do is get some machines off the internet so the speed is okay for getting stuff out there. So let me turn the Wi-Fi here off. Only essential devices should actually be connected right now. So just give me a moment while I also put this on airplane mode. All right, so this is what I will do now. Remember last week I used the classic editor, but what I'm doing this week is that I will use the GitHub YAML spec. If I add my code in Bitbucket, I will use Bitbucket. If I add it in Subversion, yes, I can use that. If I have it in another kind of Git server, I can also do that. Okay, so I will use Azure Repos Git. Uh, Let me move this a little bit over here because YouTube might come in, pretty soon. Okay, so you can see. Oh, I selected the wrong one. Sorry, sorry. My bad. I should have selected GitHub. So most times I actually use Azure Repos Git. That's why I selected that by mistake. So I'm using GitHub YAML, and then I will connect to my GitHub repository. So because I've done the connection before, to just list out all my repositories for me, and then I will select the one I'm supposed to use. You can see all my repositories in here. I'll skip all that. I'm not using this either. I'm using this one, this web app that I uploaded March 29. You can see the one in here is saying is in use, blah blah blah. Don't mind that because I was using it. I was testing the build in another place. But anyways, I will rename it now so I can change the name. Oh, it detected there is a YAML file actually in my code, and then it's trying to make me use that. I should have deleted that, but maybe we should actually use it. Should we? Yes, let us use it. So let me go ahead and actually delete this one I got here. Or wait, I shouldn't do that. Let me go back and actually select. I have an SDS branch I actually wanted to use. I'm not sure why it's connected uh to the master branch. It should connect to the SDS branch, not the master branch. You know, the branch we used last week. I think I should just give me a moment. Let me rename some stuff in the master branch. Because this is not supposed to be showing at all. So just give me a moment. Okay, where are you? There you go. Found you. So master branch. Okay, this is the file I'm actually supposed to change. So I should change the name to old new. Don't mind my naming style. Okay, then I should be fine now to actually connect to it. So let me go back to my pipelines and actually create a new one now. Okay, so right, I'll select GitHub and then GitHub, 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 GitHub. All right, so I'll select the web app and then aha, this is what it will give me at first. This is what life should actually be. So I'm not using because it detected the .NET SDK as part of my project. That's why it suggested all this to me. But what I actually want to do is I'll click on show more and then I'll scroll down and I can see the ASP.NET Core template right in here. Even though I will change many stuff there, and you can see you have many templates you can actually use. So if you're building a Docker image, if you're writing C, if you're doing Android, if you're doing a Gradle build with Java, HTML website, a Jekyll site, Maven, Node, Azure Functions, Vue, Django with Python, Ruby, or Xcode code, you can do all that in there. So I'll select the ASP.NET Core template, and actually I will delete all this because well, it's not my spec. Of course we can actually try that and see that it will build the project, but let us not waste our time and let's just get to the right part of the matter. Okay, no question so far. All right, so I'll go ahead and delete all this. Okay, I'll delete all that. Now I'll start it from scratch. So what I'll do first, let me do is a little copy and paste. Well, maybe not delete all of it. I can delete this comment. So trigger here. Oh, one other thing. There's an assistant there. That means I don't have to write the code all the time. So if I show the assistant, I'm able to see helper tasks I can actually use to build out my YAML spec. And I said last week YAML is YAML and markup language. Okay, so the pool simply means the server you want to build this on. Do you want to build it on an ASP. Or on a Windows server or a Linux server or on a Windows server? That is what we will do. That is what the pool means. So VM image simply means the machine you want to use to build it, the OS it should run on. And this will use the latest version of Ubuntu, and I think that is 18.04 if I'm correct. And then variable simply means the configuration you want to build this project in. If you're writing .NET, you have debug and release configurations. So we want to build this in the release configuration. And then this script will actually do a .NET build and then boom, 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 build it using the build configuration. You can see this thing that is inside inside this dollar sign. What it means is that it is a variable, so it's using the variable called build configuration. You can see, and it's setting a display name for it. So what I will do is I will actually go ahead and delete this, and then I'll add my own task. So I'll go up here and click on .NET. I want to do a .NET build. Now the beauty of .NET build now is I don't have to do a manual .NET restore. .NET build will actually do the .NET restore for me. So, and it's asking me here with the path to my project. If it's in the root directory, I can leave this at blank. But to be safe, I want to tell it to look into all directories and find anything that has csproj. Okay, so to build out all csproj files inside my my source code repository, and then arguments. If I need to pass in special arguments, I will do that, and then I'm good with .NET build, and I'll click on add. So this will go ahead and build the project for me. Next thing I want to do now is uh, do a .NET test. Now in my source code, I have a test project that actually goes out and tests my code. So what I will do, I'll click on .NET again, and I will select test, and I want to test everything. Excuse me. I actually find a better place to put this microphone. If I could get a bushing back there, it would be nice. Okay, so all CS proj files, and I'm asking it to publish all test results and code coverage results. Test run title, let me call this unit tests. So actually when this test goes on, when this test runs, it shows up in my test plans. Okay, so I will go ahead and add this, and then you can see how it's building out for me out of the box without me having to write too much YAML code. Okay, then okay, everything still looks good. All right, so next thing now is I want to publish this my build artifacts, because I've done the build, I've done the test. Assuming it passed, I want to publish this build out uh to my to wherever I'm supposed to deploy it to. So what I will do, permit me to go and do a little bit of copy and paste. um don't mind what I'm doing here. Publish, 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 where are you? Oh, I don't have it there. So let me go and copy it from one of my older Yeah, I do a lot of copy and paste as a developer. Yeah, I do a lot of copy and paste, most times from my old projects and Stack Overflow. Yeah, don't we all? So it should be somewhere here. Really, I can't remember all the commands. I'm more of a GUI guy, but I'm just trying to get used to all this new stuff. Okay, so for me, what I do is once any of my tests succeed, I document it and push it somewhere. So what I want to do, test, build, publish. Yeah, publish is what I want to do. I'll just copy this and do this also. I need this too. I need this too. So I'll paste that in there. Oh, now I've caused trouble for myself. You can see when I pasted it, it was bad. Now the thing with YAML is you need to indent properly. So I think I should still know a little bit of what it should look like. So let me try my luck and see. Uh, one more, one more. So I'm using the guide, the indent guide up there to actually do this, and I think that looks good so far. And then I will push this back 2 steps. Aha! Everything is fine now. World peace has been restored. So let me hide this assistant for now so we can see the old view. Let me close this also. Let me close this also. Let me close this also. Let me also push this to the side. So you can see here now, we have our machine that is building this out. We have a release configuration. Also, we have the build steps. So it will do a .NET build, a .NET test. .NET publish will package the DLL files and every other dependency, my views, whatever I got, and then put it in this folder. Put it in this folder, in this artifact staging directory. Then this task that I have here will take that packaged file, package folder, whatever it is, and then drop it uh, inside Azure Artifacts for me to pick up in my next stage, which is the release stage. All right, so I'm good for building right now. Actually, building testing, I'm good for it. So what I should also do here for my tests, if I go to settings, okay, that is good. So let me hide this again. So if I save and run this now, I can decide what branch I want to put it to. So I'm putting it in the master branch. Well, because I can. I can add a description to it if I want. So let me call this config build. Alright. And then I will save and run this. Let me drink some water while that goes on. Okay, now our build has started. And then we can actually check on the progress by clicking here, just as we did last week. And then we just have to wait for this to complete. So it's using the .NET Core 3.1 SDK to restore, because of course that is my source code SDK version. And then build is completed. And I can see that 100% of my tests passed. Please do not look at what the tests look like. If you want to, you can go look at it on GitHub. And then, and you can see it's published one artifact. If I click on that, I should be able to see I have this 2 MB file. I can look at it. Let me actually download it and let us see what that looks like. Sort of got a notification. Okay, so download almost done. Okay, scanning for viruses and all that. Okay, so this is what the zipped file will look like. So I'm opening this up so you can see the content. So if I add my any other folder here, I would see everything pop up in here. So it's because it's a blank project, that is why we're actually seeing all that. So I'll close that, and then what I want to do now is I've been able to make sure my build succeeded. So what I will do next is that I will hold on. Okay. All right. So no problem. So I go to. Let me go back to my pipeline now. Now, okay. What I also want to show is you can look at these stage names. They kind of look boring to me. So what I can do is I can also uh, customize customize these names. So I can customize this name, not just look like .NET Core. Say like I want to personalize the experience for me. So what I'll do, I'll go back to my build pipeline and actually give them names. My the display name I want to use for them. So I will go ahead, click on these three zeros, and edit pipeline. Okay. Uh, let's wait for that to complete. Seems guys lost connection to join. Okay. So what I want to do now is I will set a display name now to this tags. Do not just look .NET Core CLI dot. So what I'll do, I will set a display name and say, let me change my keyboard layout. Um, Build project. Okay, let me just do some copy and pasting here. Test project. I'll change the name here also to something looks wrong. Okay, I know it. YAML. Publish project to staging. Let me call it artifacts directory. So I should tap this a little bit. So, see my spelling. Okay, and I want to call this um, drop. What do I call it? Drop artifacts container. Now this contain. Okay, let me just change it. Drop artifacts. Let me just call it that, and then I can save this. So once I save, it will remember the trigger is set to master. So it means anytime there's a save or a push or whatever on master, the code goes on live to build. So I'm back now in my pipelines, and you can see the build will be triggered, and then the names will have changed. The names of my build pipelines task would have changed. So I can check on that and see how that happens. If I click on the jobs, and you can see the names now look, more beautiful and easy to read for, for women like us. Just ignore the warnings. All right. Okay. So what I want to do now, I've built out the project. What I want to do next is push this to my server. Remember the server I pushed it to last week. So what I'll go ahead to do now is, let me go ahead and edit the pipeline. I should put my face somewhere else. It's blocking some stuff. So let me move my head. Let me move my head somewhere down here. Seems I cannot really move my head. Huh? Anyways, I'll just continue. Or I can just get myself out of the way. Alright, so this is it again now. So what I want to do now is I want to release this project. Yeah, I'll simplify this later and actually break it out into what we call stages, because stages allow me to be able to have different steps in my build process. So what I want to do now, even though this is crook and a cake, I wouldn't recommend it. I'll recommend the next stage I'll be showing us. But this is how we do it. Or should I just show the next one? I don't want to complicate matters. So let me just show the simple one for now. So let me say Azure. I'll just search for Azure here because I want to publish to Azure. And you can see Azure App Service Deploy. So I want to use Azure ARM. I'll select my subscription. Web app running on Windows. Or did I use Linux? I think I used Linux last week. Web app running on Linux. Yes, this is it. Now let me just copy this to be sure. Okay. Um, sdsgwl demo.azure websites.net. Yeah, that will load up, but let me complete this process here. So, yep, everything looks good for now. Yep, so if I go ahead now and add this, so this task will publish my application to the live server. All right, so let me go ahead and save that, and then the build will start. So this is what the web application looks like now. Let me zoom a little bit in. You can see what it looks like. We have this text, and it should actually change when we do this push, because this was from the SDS branch. So let us check on our build. It's starting. It should start any moment from now. So because I added an Azure subscription, it's asking me to actually really permit it to push the stuff live. So I'll just, of course, go ahead and permit. And then the build will start. It started. Oh, I should have changed the display name for that. I'll change that once I get back to it. Because you see this boring name over here. Okay, so it started. It's testing. Test passed. Then it's to go ahead to publish, drop, deploy, and finish the project, the build pipeline. Something failed. Interesting. Okay, let me check on that and see what actually went wrong. I think I missed something. I'm almost in my head. I know what it is, but I want to be sure it's what I think it is. Okay, let's see. So I published to build an artifact staging directory. Aha, so I'm trying to get the package from default working directory, but I actually published this to artifact staging directory. That is the problem. So what I will do is I'll just go ahead and change this. Oh, this is also build. Okay, so it will pick it up from here and then publish. Of course, I want to change the display name here. So let me go ahead and change that. Deploy project to Azure. Save. Boom, boom, boom. And then build should start again, and I should be able to have my project publish. So let's check on that. It started. I can actually also change the display name for this job if I want, but let me just leave it as it is for now, since it's not really affecting world peace. Okay, deploying now. Successfully deployed. Yes. You can also even actually check the deployment logs, which is awesome. If I was changing some settings, it will show it up here, and then I can navigate again to the website and actually see that this should get off. So you can see that this is my newly deployed code right here. Okay, so what I'll do now is I need to build this up into stages, because everything just goes ahead in one view and it's sort of messed up in my view. So what I also want to do is, you see this setup code coverage part. I think we should touch on that next week, right? We should touch on this code coverage part next week. It's pretty simple, not that hard. Okay, so what I'll do now is, okay, let me log into Azure and do a little bit of um, manipulations. So what I will do now is that I will create what we call a deployment slot, so I can have a dev environment and a production environment. So let me zoom a little bit into this. Okay, I'm in the right directory. Okay, this is my app. I'm not sure what service plan I actually used for each, but let me check. Now, this I could have used a separate application for this, or should I do that? No, let me not, because it should still consume the same amount of money anyway. Okay, it isn't the B1 plan. I need to scale it up so I can do the deployment slots. Uh, I should scale it up, yeah, to standard plan. I should scale that up to standard plan. Let me zoom in a little bit here. So I should go production. Nope, nope, no, not premium. Thank you. God bless you. This is okay. I ain't going premium on that. I ain't got that money. Well, that ain't my money, really. Okay, scaled it up. So what I want to check now is deployment slot. So I'll scroll down here. Is it here? It's not. Aha, deployment slots. So I will need to create a new deployment slot. I'll call it dev or staging, or you can name it whatever you want it to. So I'll just call it dev. I can also decide to clone settings. Why is it not zooming? Aha. I can decide to clone settings from another environment. So let me just make sure I clone that settings to be actually sure I'm not missing anything out. So it will go ahead and create that slot for me. So I will just, because I know the URL it will create for me. This is the URL it will create for me. It should be blank for a start or give me some sort of error. I'm not too sure. It's still adding it, or maybe not. Aha, so it's blank for now. Good. So I need to deploy something there. So what I would, where I will break this up now into stages. So I'll have my build stage. I will have deployment to dev, and I have deployment to production. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and edit the pipeline to actually show that. So permit me again to go ahead and copy, even though I shouldn't be. So build. Let me just be sure I'm copying the right thing. Okay, I copied the first one. Just a moment, guys. Oh, I stopped editing. Okay, so it's up. So let me just go back here. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to start stages. So stages, so I said I want to have dev and production separate in my stages. So what I'll go ahead and do is let me bring my very fine face back here. Yeah, he likes seeing my face. So that's my face. It's back. Okay, so let me just paste this in here. Did I really copy it? Yes, I did. So I'll call this build, build and test. And then I'll need to move this up. And then I can delete this. Let me add the assistant. I can move this up also. Remember, this is scoping. If you write programs that use scope, so I'm trying to scope all this stuff. So I have my trigger set to master. My variable is release. It means that you build out my project in release configuration. Then I'm setting a state. I'm setting a set of stages, and the first stage I call it build and test. And then inside there I have a build job. So let me change the display name also to build. Can I have a display name? Now you will have a display name. I know exactly what you're trying to do. You will not play on me. Um, so this is supposed to. Let me just be sure. Function on. I'm not sure if this job can actually have a display name, but I'm putting in anyways. If it fails, I will come back and check on that. So I've set my image. I've set my, what's it called? I've set my build. I've set my stage. Next thing I want to do is set my steps now for building. So what I'll do, I'll pick all this. Uh, yes. And then I will tab it out until it's properly aligned. I think now it is. Let me be sure. Uh, Let me clear out all these spaces. Steps is directly aligned on the pool. Okay, fine. So that looks fine. Uh, Let me get my face out again. Right. So I have my build, I have my tests, and I have publish. Okay, so that is good now. Okay, so I have an orphan task. That is a deployment task. Don't worry, don't worry. It's good. It's good. So what I'll do now is I'll set a new stage. You can see this stage you have here. So I can actually also collapse in Azure DevOps, which is pretty awesome. So I'll set a new stage. That's for my deployment. Um, Let me push this. Nope, 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 nope. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so good. So I'll call this release, and I'll give it a display name, and I'll put that name as deploy to dev. Um, am I doing the right thing here? Directly under S. Yeah, that thing is important. Indentation is critically important. Okay, so next thing I want to do, let me just go ahead and copy some stuff here. So what I want to do now is, I'm not sure why this zoom is at this level, but anyways. So what I want to do is set all these jobs. Let me just copy all this. Yeah, let me try. What did I just do? I pressed the wrong button. Okay, so I have my job. So what is doing it? Before I start applying, let me make sure everything here looks good. Subscription name. App name. Aha. So, yep. Oh, I got errors. I got errors. I got errors. I got errors. It's happy to always see errors. Let me check the alignment again. Jobs directly aligns under that. Okay, directly aligns under here. Yep. Then this goes back one stage. What errors would you mean? Bad indentation of the mapping entry. Okay, you know what I'll do? I'll get one more line out here. What? What did I do wrong? Come on, YAML. Oh, see me. Spacing, indentation. Ah, jobs is directly underway now. Man, YAML is awesome. It's gonna kick your ass. No quick fixes available. Not a problem. Ah, it probably even means this one would fail. No, let's not, you know, be discouraged yet. Okay, let me just be sure. Stage stages stage J for this is directly, so this J is sort of directly under B. Hold up. Okay, that dash is the one directly under B. Yeah, that is YAML. This can make you almost cry. Wow. Um, hold up. What have I done this time again? Let's see. Job. Hold up. Let's see again. Job pool. Pool is directly under job. And then VM image is somewhere. Okay, which one am I looking at? Okay. Pool. Steps is directly under pool. And then task. Now, this is my concern here. Or was it my stringing style? No, it's not. Uh, Hold up. What could I be doing wrong? What could I be doing wrong? Da 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 da. Stage display name option. Or does it have a sort of dash? Nope, it doesn't. Job is indented under here. Do we need a new line? I'll give it a new. Okay, this is sort of really, really confusing right now. It's just supposed to work. Can I read block entry? Multi-line, multi-key may not be implicit. Whatever that is. Okay, but let me quickly explain what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to take the artifacts from this build stage and put it in the release stage. And then, so this task copies the folder from that artifact directory, that system.artifact directory, uh, this one, where is it? Expand this. So where this published to? Publish build.artifact staging directory. Let me be sure it's actually getting the right one. Yep. Yep. It's getting the right one. Then I'm trying to now get this folder and publish it. Hmm. But this is trying to kick my ass. So let me just wait. Let me comment this out a little bit and actually see if that build stage will go through and if it will drop my artifacts. So let me save this and see if it will run. And then I can come back and fix this. Let's see if that. After we set it on the stages. Okay, you can see the job name has changed. Awesome. And you can see it's grouped it into build and test stage. And if this part succeeds, then I think what I will try to do is type the commands out one by one and not do multi-copy and pasting like I tried to. It looks like this will succeed, but let's not jump ahead of ourselves and let's be sure uh, it's gonna work. So let's just look at my face while that goes on. Yeah, I'm into music, so just in case you don't know, that's why I'm coming all that. So, okay, the dev stage succeeded. Okay, it succeeded. This one, let me just so let's just go out and edit our pipeline now and type it out one by one. Because that looks like it wants to kick my ass. Um, okay, so let's see. What could I be missing? What could I be missing? Okay, on this test one, let me just let me get rid of that warning. Yeah, I will fix this one later. Maybe next week when we're go into test coverage and all that. But let me hide this now. So pardon me now. Let me do a little bit of snappings. Come on. Yep. All right. Let me move this a little bit over here. And okay, so let me now start with my Release stage. Oh no, I just want to collapse this. So I'll say stage. Uh, just a moment. Let me modify the alignment of this microphone. Uh, Let me mute. Mute. Where are you? Audio. Oh. Wow. You could hear all that noise while I was changing my microphone setup. I'm sorry about that. Uh, yeah, so I'm back and I can bring my face back up. Yeah, okay. So now let's complete this. Nope. All right, so I'll call this release. It should have a display name. I'll call it deploy to dev. Then under it, I will set jobs. Okay, that doesn't look good. Okay, this is where its problem is it? Let me be sure. Okay, it's like the same exact thing I was doing, but anyways. So I'll call this. I'll give it a display name now. Everything sort of looks good now. I'll give it a display name. Say dev release job, or let me call it dev env release. Okay, looking good so far. So what I want to do next now is set my tasks. Okay, I should set the pool. That is the, excuse me. That is my VM image. I can do this on Ubuntu. And then I will start setting my steps. Okay, everything is looking good now. So let me see. I wanna just check something out. Okay, no. So what I want to do now is download my build artifacts. Let me just copy that. I promised that I will type one by one, but well, I'm not, because I hope this would be fine. Oh, I missed the semicolon. I missed the colon rather. No, it's fine now. Okay, I should give this a display name so it doesn't look boring. So I'll set a display name, and I'll call that download build artifacts. What did I do wrong here now? I just caused trouble again. Let me check and see. Yeah, hold on. No, it's on the same level. I guess this is the culprit. Oh, it's Ash. Well, anyways, so it's downloading the artifacts now, and then next stage is to deploy. Now let me copy all that and paste and uncomment and tab it out. Okay, so YAML says it looks good now. YAML says it looks good. Um, so I can close this. Yeah, I can confidently close it. Okay, so I get my subscription, I get it. So if you download the artifact, publish it to dev. But what I want to do now is actually change this setting here and deploy this to just the dev environment and not the production environment. So if I go to the settings tab here, I'll use here. So you can see this checkbox that says deploy to slaughter environment. I'll click on that, and then I'll select the resource group it's supposed to push it to. Yep, here. And then I'll select the slot it's supposed to push to. So it's supposed to push to dev. Remember the slot I did earlier on, that is dev. And then I'll go ahead and click on add to modify all that. Okay, so that is good. So this is the dev release now. What we can do again now is um, what I can do again now is deploy now to production. But let me pause on deploying to production actually for now, because there's something I would like to show us later on. So let me save this and let's see that build out. You see, this is what the dev looks like, and we will. This is the moment of truth where we see if it's actually fine. Uh-oh. There's something going on here. There's an error somewhere. Yeah, this is the things we face when we are configuring pipelines. Could not find a pool with the name VM image. The pool does not. Oh, I need to authorize. Insufficient permissions, really? On my own project? Okay, let me check again and be sure. Checking, check. And this is where I should actually stop this because I think I've gone over time. Uh, just a moment. Yep. See what I did. That was my mistake. I was writing this like I was writing code. Okay. So let me go ahead and make this proper now. Aha. Now life is good at best. Should be good. Should be good. So let's now go ahead and check on that. Uh, you see why sometimes I actually just do raw copy and paste and then try to indent. Because I forget equal to colon most times. Aha, you can see there's a little bit of difference now, or maybe a lot or a little bit as you put it. You can see you have two stages, whereas before we had just one. So let's check on that. So we can see here, we have the build and test stage, and we have the deploy to dev stage. We'll add a new stage, that is deploy to production stage, which I think should not be today because I am way over time. And I don't want to keep us too long. And I actually see nobody's watching anymore, just me. But of course, you made the videos there. Okay, so build succeeded. It's now trying to deploy to the dev environment, and this is where I'll end the stream today. Okay, and okay, so it successfully downloaded the artifacts, as you can see here, and it's now deploying that artifact, and it's done deploying. And then if I refresh this page now, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, all things being equal, I should see a change. Uh-oh, something is wrong. Okay, this task is still in progress. Let me just wait for that to complete. Because it normally shouldn't just bring out that problem. I think I was impatient. Come on, be done. Hmm, there was an error. Bad gateway? Really? Why? Uh, That is sort of strange. Really, really sort of strange. This is the first time I'm seeing this sort of error. But let me just run it afresh and see what happens with that. Sometimes, might just get lucky. So let's run that again. Once the deployment is successful, we'll end today, I promise. Audit must succeed. Because I'm not sure why that gateway-ish problem came up. Or I could just go to Azure and restart this. I could go and restart this if this is causing the problem. Yeah, because it's deployed the package already. But it's still deploying the second one. Normally, it shouldn't be taking this long. It shouldn't be. Oh, and I think that one succeeded. Now let's check again. I think that deployment succeeded. It did. It's reported that it succeeded, so we shouldn't be seeing this application error page anymore. Aha! Boom, boom, boom. We're up and live. So, guys, that is it. So, remember what we did today? We were able to publish to two separate environments. Sorry, to one environment to publish to dev, yeah, production. We'll join dev and production next week, and then we'll uh, we'll move on to the test coverage part for next week. So I'm sorry for taking way over time than I'm supposed to. I think I got very excited. So guys, thanks again. Um, and just to wrap up for today, um, you can follow me on all the channels you see up there, and then also listen to my podcast. Visit that link. You can, when you go to that link, you're able to find it on any of your favorite podcasting platforms that you use. So, guys, thanks again for joining. I will catch you again next week. Peace out.